You are into a life-transforming experience as Pastor Prince Abah brings you God's Word with deep insight and power. God bless you.
Time it's hard for them to start applying the principle of the mindset because they talk about it, they don't know what to do and how to do it. But today, I'm going to show you in a few minutes that I have how you can change the way you think. So this picture here was created by a physician. The name is Thurman Fleet, and he was trying to solve the problem of the mind. And he came out with this picture called the stick person. The stick person, he imagined that the mind has three parts. The first part of your mind is called the conscious mind. The conscious mind, the intellectual mind. The conscious mind. So the conscious mind is where you have your intellect, where you think it's a thinking mind. Okay? And the second part of your subconscious mind, the second part is your subconscious mind. That part don't think. It's a spirit. It's where your spirit is. It's your spiritual mind. And then you have the body. The body, your physical body. All these three parts constitute what we call the mind. So your mind is your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your body. So the mind is everywhere in a human being. All cell of your body is a mind. Do you understand? Is it clear? Thank you. So we're going to move to the next one. I want to explain a little bit what's the conscious mind. The conscious mind, I said to you earlier, is a thinking mind. It's your intellect. The conscious mind is a part of your mind that thinks. A reason is your free will. That's where your free will lies in the part of that part of your mind. Therefore, you choose your level of vibration. In your conscious mind, you have the free will to accept or to reject. Okay? So any thought that comes to your mind, you have the free will to accept it or to reject it. The thought comes from everywhere because it vibrates. It moves. It will come to your mind, but you don't have to accept it. You can reject it. And that's what you do with your conscious mind. So if you have a thought of, oh, I'm broke, I don't have money, you can reject that thought and think, I have money. I will be better. I will be this, I will be that. Choose the thought that you want to have, not the one you don't want to have. If you keep choosing the thought that you don't want to have or thought that make you depressed, not happy, you're going to be unhappy all your life. But you have to choose the thought. And God gave us that freedom. You don't have to take all the thought that comes into your head. Because some people call their mind their head. I'm just saying the head so that you understand what I'm talking about. So any thought, let's say for instance, your mom always tell you to do something you don't want to do. Instead of thinking that I hate her, don't say that. Say that I love her. I love her. As you saying it, before you know, you start having happy thought towards your mom. You're going to start loving her even more. Because the subconscious mind will take whatever the mind chooses. You understand what I'm saying? So your conscious mind, your thinking mind, your intellect gives you the ability to think, the ability to choose the thoughts that you want to entertain. You understand what I'm saying? And we will understand why it's very important. So the second part that we call the subconscious mind is a spiritual mind. This part of the mind don't think. It cannot choose. You understand? So the subconscious mind is a part of your mind. It's the most magnificent part of your mind. That is the powerhouse. The subconscious mind is the center of everything that happened in your life. It's in your subconscious mind. So that's where you have to be very careful to choose the thought that you want to keep in your mind. So it's very important. Very important, people. You have to choose the thought that you want to entertain in your mind. Because once it gets into your subconscious mind, you cannot change it. It comes to action. You don't have control over it. You understand? Because that is a spiritual mind. So, then when those thoughts get into your subconscious mind, what will happen, it take over and it becomes a part of your personality. It's fixed into your subconscious mind. You then continue to express themselves without any conscious assistance until they are replaced. Until you replace it, it will stay there. If you want to change from a bad habit to a good habit, You have to replace immediately that bad habit with a good habit. Otherwise, you're going to fall into another bad habit worse than the first one. That is the law. You can't change it. That's the way we're made to be. That's the law of nature. You understand what I'm saying? So always replace a bad habit with a good one. And repeat that good habit until it becomes a new habit. That's what we call the paradigm. I'll be talking about the paradigm. We are all governed by our paradigm. The paradigm are a set of habits, culture, what people tell you that's the way we do in Ebony. When I first came here, I was told that, it's Nigerian factor. That's why we do it here. That's Nigeria for you. That is a paradigm. Nobody said that's that way it should be. We choose to be like that. It's a choice. We can change it too. Another example, you have COVID-19 happening now. So he changed everything in North America. We used to go out shopping, doing things. We're not doing it anymore. Because that culture now has been changed. That paradigm is changed. That's what they call the paradigm shift. Things are changing. At first, people will resist it. People will be unhappy because it makes you uncomfortable. But as you do it, as they insisted that we should all wear the mask, there were a lot of people rebelling. We're not going to wear the mask. We don't like it. It doesn't work. They were fighting. But they kept insisting you should wear the mask. So we started wearing the mask. We didn't like it. We were unhappy about it. But that's the reality for now. That's just what is happening right now. So we have to wear it. So what was happening here, your intellect was trying to reason why you should wear the mask. Your subconscious mind was rebelling because it doesn't want to do it. But as the media and everybody repeated it, now we started embracing it. And all of us now, even if you don't want to do it, automatically now, before you leave the house, in Canada, anywhere, you pick your mask. So it becomes a new paradigm. Does that make sense? I have a store in Canada. Before, when the client will come, they just walk in, they greet them, they go and just do the service. But now we have to change the paradigm. We have to ask questions. We have to ask them, where were you the last days? We have to make sure we take their temperature. We have to make sure they're wearing their mask. It's not comfortable, but that's a new paradigm. That's the way it is. So now in North America, people don't go to work anymore as they used to go. Everything is online. So if you had a business that were not online, you're going to get out of business. You have to go online. That's the only way we're doing business now. That is what we call the paradigm shift. So the culture, the habit are changing. So that's what we call paradigm. And you are controlled by your paradigm. Your result in life is controlled by your paradigm. You understand? Why is that? Because the body, which is a third part of the mind, is like an instrument of the subconscious mind. Your body don't decide anything. It's your subconscious mind. He moves your body into action. So when you think about, let's say I tell you to think about vacation now. To think about you are by the, let's say you want to travel to Lagos, or you want to go to Banana Island, whatever it is. Now you're going to start imagining yourself you're going to start imagining yourself in Banana Island. Before you know, you're going to start smiling. You're going to be happy. Because the subconscious mind don't know the reality between what is true and what is false. You can even fake anything and you become what you fake because your subconscious mind don't know the difference between the reality and what is false. So it's a very powerful thing. You can use it and you will change your life by using those faculties. Okay? So to change the result in life, you have to change your feelings. Very important. Because the subconscious mind is an emotional mind. It works with emotion. If you start thinking about something, you see acting, people that act, the actors. They're acting, they just put in their mind whatever they're reading, they're going to become it. And they start acting, and you think that it's them, that's their life, that's what they do. That's not their life. They just act. And it becomes like. You understand? That is how the subconscious mind works. If you think of something that really upset you now, very upsetting, something that happened to you in the past, that really made you sad. Before you know, you'll be crying. Is it true or false? Exactly. It's a subconscious mind. That's how it works. So whatever you think and you impress on your subconscious mind manifests into your body. And this is applicable for everything. It's a human condition. That's that's how we were made. Whether you're black, white, Chinese, or not Chinese, that's the way it works. As a matter of fact, 3% of people in the world own 97% of income in the world by practicing this principle. I'm saying it again, 3% of the population own 97% of the wealth, and they control the whole world by applying this principle simply because they know how it works. So you are here today, learn how it works and change your life. I use it for me and it changed my life. I earned the money I earned in 1 year. I took 30 years to earn it. In 1 year I changed my income just by applying those principles. There's no brainer. It works. Whether you are from Ebony or from America, it's the same principle. Okay? Whether you're 5 years old or you're 77 years old, you apply it, it works. Because that's the way we were made. That's the nature. That's the law of universe. That's the law of God. That's how it works. Okay? So first of all, change your thoughts. Choose a thought that makes you happy. And then put action. The action is like your body has to get to action and they're going to have positive results. But if you choose negative thought, you get negative results. There is no secret. You have to be careful. How does the mind work? Even the Bible says, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. It is God who gave this law. I'm not inventing it. God gave it. You have to go by the law. So I'm going to maybe quickly go through this one to explain to you how the conscious mind works. As I said, the mind is the greatest power in all creation. You have your conscious mind is divided into two. You have the inductive reason factor, is the one that gives you the ability to choose, right? And you have the deductive reasoning factor that don't really do much than taking whatever you choose and impress it upon your subconscious mind. Is it too heavy for you? Is it good? You feeling it? You can do that exercise at home when you leave here. Start thinking positive, something that makes you feel happy. Before you know, many good things are happening to you. It works like that. Someone will come and say, hey, by the way, do you want a new shoe? Just drop something to you. Because it works by the law of vibration. And that's the law of the universe. That's the law that God created. It all begins with your mind, with the thought that you think. Okay? So if you understand this one, we're going to move to the next one. So I'm going to just give you a little illustration how it works. When you were an infant, when you were a baby, you didn't choose. You just came on earth, you didn't choose. So all you know is what your parent told you, or what your mom, your aunts, or the media, the cartoon that you used to watch, all this stuff. That's why television is very, very important, because it can be good or bad. Social media can be good or bad, because all this information gets into your mind. And if it gets into your mind and you don't filter it, like I know all of you, I don't know if Ebony is an Igbo land, all of you speak Igbo, right? How do you speak Igbo? By just listening to people speaking Igbo to you. Nobody's taught you Igbo. You just listen when you were a baby, you just look up, I speak French because when I was growing up, everybody was speaking French around me. You understand? Before I knew I was speaking French. And then when I started living in London, the UK, I was living with people that speak English, and I just started speaking English. Why? Because all those information, they get into your subconscious mind. And before you know, you start doing like the people you hang around with. That's why you have to be careful, your friends, your environment. If you hang around with people that are always negative, always, like cussing and all this stuff, before you know, you're going to be like that. Because it gets into your subconscious mind. True or false? Your environment, what you hear, social media. Now you see all the ladies I saw when I came here in Nigeria, I was very surprised. All the ladies are wearing fake hair and lashes and they look like Beyonce. You know why? Social media. Television. He creates and shapes your culture because that's the way the subconscious mind works. So when they look at those things, they start envying those girls. They want to be like that. They desire to be pretty like that. So what they do, they start watching it every day, mimicking them, walk like them. Now the new fashion too is that people have to have big butts and small waist. You see them doing all that because of influence of social media. Very powerful. The same thing that is working in the negative way, the same way it works in the positive way. But the difference is your choice. And God gives you that ability to choose. You understand? Animals don't have that. So if you have to choose between good and bad, choose good. You have that choice. Okay? So the baby don't have a choice because he's a baby. He doesn't have the age of reasoning because the baby just has the subconscious mind. So when you have the age of reasoning, when your mental faculty are in place and functioning, you have to think. But what happened, you see people, they're 30 years old, 40, 70, even 90, they don't think. They're just like a baby. So they are the subject of their environment. They sit down complaining because daddy used to complain. They curse because mommy used to curse. They don't create their own environment. They just do whatever they saw manifesting in front of them. So never thought. And the Bible tells you as the people think, so shall they be. Even God invites you to reason with him. You have to reason, to think. But people don't think. Africa don't think. We don't think. We follow. And that's what is happening here. We're not thinking. It's annoying because we have a solution to our problem. And we pray every day. We go to church. We go to witchcraft. All kind of wishes. You go and meet them. They just use you because God gave you the ability to change your life. Nobody can change your life but you. And nobody can change you but you. Understand? Even your mother cannot change you. Even your dad can change you. You have that ability to change you. I changed me. Nobody changed me. You understand? You have to make up your mind to be successful. And success is not money, please. Success is not money. Money is a result of success. You bring success in everything you do. You bring success in the way you study in school. Success is the way you hang around your friend and you empower them. Success is you. It's not money and big cars. That's not success. That is not success. You have to redefine success. We're going to talk about it by the time I'm done with it. So now, when you become an adult and you have the thinking faculty, you have to use it. Otherwise, you're just wasting it. And what you think create what I call your self-image. Your self-image. You have some people that don't love themselves. Oh, I'm not pretty. I don't like my skin. I'm too dark. I need to bleach. Why? Because growing up, people used to tell you the light skin are the better. So he created your self-image. Now you start hating yourself because you don't like the image of yourself. And that is all about what you listen to, people that talk into your life, what you watch, your social media. It creates your self-image. Okay? So you have to be careful. Now, when you have the age of reason, where God gives you that age of reason, they say it's after 7 years old or something, that's that reasoning. When you get to that age, please use it. How do you use it? You have the 5 senses. See, hear, smell, taste, and touch. All these 5 senses condition your feeling. If you walk somewhere and it smells so bad, you might be, oh my God, it smells bad here. I'm just feeling nauseous, right? And maybe sometime you go to a supermarket and you smell like, oh, it smells like bread here. Oh, they're selling bread in this place. The smell gives you information in your conscious mind. You have to use it. But the most important one is the mental faculty. Those are the powerful ones. And you have, I'm not going to go through that because of sake of time. I'm just going to give you, I'm going to list them and just explain quickly how it works. You have the first one is perception. Perception is very powerful. I love perception. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I say it again. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you change the way you look at Ebony, as my state that God gave me, I'm here because I'm supposed to solve this problem. I'm the solution of Ebony. You will start thinking how to solve the solution. I'm the next governor. The Ebony is not that bad. It's lovely. I love this city. This is my city. And you embrace it. And you love it. Because you start changing the way you look at Ebony, that Ebony start feeling better and good for you. So if you start cussing your country all the time, I don't like Nigeria, I hate Nigeria. When I came here, I told Dr. Carlo, and thanks to him, by the way, you can give a grand applause. He encouraged me to come back to Africa. I haven't been to Africa for 25 years because of my perception. I was thinking, before what happened to my mom when she was in business in Africa. She lost all the money. She went through a lot. So I don't want to be like my mom. I want to be successful. Therefore, I don't like Africa. I wasn't interested in Africa. The first time he came to my office, he told me, Charlie, because he's chairman of the African Union, he said, okay, can you just, come with the diaspora, let's do this together. I'm not interested. Maybe my parents are from Africa, but I'm not interested. He kept insisting, telling me more about Africa, telling me the good side of Africa. Because the news and the media just give us a negative about Africa anyway. So you see the effect of the media? So now, he talked to me about Africa. And finally, I said, okay, let's try. Why not? So we came here in 2018. And Nigeria was the worst place I don't want to step in. I was at Nigeria, they're scammer, they do this. I used to do like that too until I was exposed to this knowledge I'm sharing with you. My perception of Africa was so bad. My perception of Nigerians, oh my God. Even my parents today, if you tell you marry a Nigerian guy, my mom will cry. She say, well, no, not that people, not those people. They're so bad because of the perception. Because of what people think about us. It conditions the way we behave. So when I came to Nigeria, guess what? My perception of Nigeria changed. And now I'm moving to settle in Nigeria with my family to change Nigeria. Just by changing my perception. Perception is powerful. So when I came to Nigeria, I said, why people complain about Nigeria? Everywhere I walk in Nigeria, I see opportunity. Even when the facilitator was talking, for me, I'm like, that's great. So I'm going to do everything he says not in Ebony. I'm going to create those enterprises. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Because I love Nigeria. Because I love Nigeria, now God is giving me ideas to solve Nigeria's problem because God are looking for people he can use to fix Nigeria. But the same people that he gave them the land are complaining about the land, they're not happy. God will bring people from outside to come and take the land. If I go to a country, they tell Nigeria is bad, I told them, show me one person successful in Nigeria. They told me Dangote, they told me, if Dangote can be millionaire in Nigeria, I can be millionaire too. Show me only one person that's making in the same country that you're cursing. That means that it's possible in that country. It's all about perception. So perception is powerful. You have to change your perception of your country, change the perception of Ebony, change the perception of yourself. You have to change your perception. You understand? Very powerful. It's all in the mind. The second thing, the will. You have to have the will to do it. You have to be willing to do it. Ready to be transformed. Ready. Sometimes I can come here and talk to people. Nobody want to even know about it. They don't want to take note. They don't care. They don't have the will. You have to have the will to do it. The will is powerful. Imagination is my best friend. Imagination is powerful. You have to imagine a better life. Don't imagine poverty. Don't imagine lack. If you spend your life thinking about lack, thinking about poverty, you just imagine yourself being poor. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be poor all my life. I have to leave Nigeria and go to Canada because people in Canada are better. Who told you that? People in Canada are broke. If you're broke in Nigeria, you don't use your thinking. You go to Canada, you're not going to use your thinking. You're going to be broke too. I have a lot of Africans in Canada broke. They are beggars. They take money from the government. They can't even feed themselves. And they are in Canada. They are in America. There are broke people in America. There are poor people in America. Sometimes they were even better off in Nigeria before they went there. It's all about your imagination. Create an imagination that gives you prosperity. See yourself already in possession of the good that you desire. Have that picture. I told you earlier on that the subconscious mind don't know the difference between what is good and what is bad, what is real and what is not. It doesn't know. He just acts on the vibration that you give him. You understand? This is very powerful. I wish I knew this thing when I was your age. It changed my life. Don't take it lightly. This is a very expensive program I'm giving you this afternoon. Myself, I pay more than $20,000 to have access to this information. I pay to have access to this information and give you for free. Don't take it for granted. This is a God bless you opportunity for you to be here tonight or this afternoon. This will change your life. Practice this, you will thank me later. Okay? The third part, the fourth part is memory. We all have good memory. Work on your memory. Practice your memory. Remember things. When you read things, remember them. Use your memory. It's a powerful tool. That you have the intuition. You can work your intuition. When you start working your mind, start thinking, you're going to be shocked how your intuitive faculty will start working. You're going to be feeling, walking in the room and say, I don't like the people here. I know this guy, I don't want to do business with him. Oh, this girl, she look, the way she, it will tell you. Your intuition will tell you who to even go in business with. You guys call it Holy Spirit or the Spirit. It's an intuition too. Your intuition tells you what is happening around you. You understand? And now you have the reason faculty. You have to reason. You have to think. You have to use your brain, use your mind. Use the mind to create your life, to change your life, okay? To change your paradigm, you must use your mental faculty. I talked to you about paradigm earlier, okay? But this is a problem. Many people want to change. They wish they can change. They want to change, but they don't know how. So I'm going to show you a little bit how and why some people don't change. There's something called cybernetic and paradigm. The cybernetic, I don't know how many people here have flew an aircraft before. You travel by plane home. Maybe I don't take that example. Let's say you are in the room and it's too hot or too cold, right? And someone opened the door. Let's imagine that in the room it was too cold. And someone opened the door, right? And then you feel that it's too cold, it's even colder in this room. Say, can someone shut the door? Then the person will shut the door, and after a while, you will go back to the temperature that you liked before. That's called cybernetic. So that is what is cybernetic and paradigm are both control system and operate essentially on the same principle. Both maintain definite course of action and will not deviate from the course that has been established. You must alter your paradigm to achieve the result you desire. You understand? So if, let's say, I will take another example, computer. You guys use computer, right? Like a default setting. You set your computer, let's say, on something. And then you close your computer, you didn't save it, right? So when you open your computer, what happened is what you had before, that's going to be in your computer. That is what we call the cybernetic. If I can just bring it home to you like that. Meaning that if you change, you want to change something. You want to change a bad habit, for instance, right? If you don't change the image, this is very important. I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm going to share. That is why many people don't change. Many people don't change. I'm going to take another example, maybe easier that you can get it. Let's say someone that want to lose weight. You read the people that want to lose weight, they will be on diet, they go on fasting, and they will lose weight for 1 month, they look slimmer. And next month, when the fast is finished or the diet is finished, they go back fat again. They go big, small, all the time. Who can relate to that? People that lose weight. That is what is happening. That is another example of the cybernetic. What is happening is that until you change the image in your subconscious mind, nothing is going to change. I say it again. In your mind, you think you want to change. You want to be slimmer. You go on diet, you take a coach, you work out, you do all this exercise. He stays in the conscious mind. In your subconscious mind, you have not altered the image of the big or chubby girl that you are in your subconscious mind. So for you to lose weight and remain slimmer forever, you have to change the self-image of you in your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? So the reason for you to remain slimmer must change. You should have a goal. Your goal might be, I want to get married, or I want to fit into this, into that dress. So you start seeing yourself already in that dress that you cannot fit in today. Does that make sense? Have the image, use your imagination, and start seeing yourself who you want to be, not who you are. Until you change the picture of who you want to be in your subconscious mind, you're not going to change. Does that make sense? Talking about corruption, which they can bring it home here. If you don't like corruption, and you don't like people that do corruption, start looking at people that are like image, that people that you think that they have integrity. Okay? And start seeing yourself like a man of integrity. And call yourself, I am a man of integrity. I don't take things that don't belong to me. I'm going to have my community. You start talking to yourself. Self, I'm a man of integrity. In your subconscious mind, you put that man of integrity in your subconscious mind. You don't talk about this corrupt man. You talk about a man of integrity. Before you know, you're going to become that man of integrity. You won't even smell corruption anymore. You will detest corruption. Because that person that was before is no longer. Because you replace the image of that person in your subconscious mind. Is it clear? I hope you guys go home and do that exercise. That's why sometimes they ask you to have a vision board. To put a picture of what you want to be. If you want a new car, let's say you are an entrepreneur and your goal is to become successful in money and all this stuff, and your dream is to drive a Mercedes, right? To get that Mercedes, you want me to tell you the secret? Who want to know the secret? All of y'all, who want to know the secret? So you don't want to know. You don't want to have it. Why don't raise your hand? You have to be okay with wealth. We're going to talk about money. Listen, I have to check you guys when it comes to money. I'll do a little parenthesis on money. Money is good. You cannot attract money if you don't like money. You attract what you respect. If you always think money is bad, you're never going to have money. Trust me. Money is good. There's nothing that you can do. Building a house, going to a hospital, taking whatever it is, building the company that the facilitator was talking about here. It needs money to do that. We need money. Money is good. You have to love money. Sometimes you are with your friend and you say, oh, I want to have a lot of money. And then I was just joking. No, you are not joking. You have to believe it. But the love of money is a root of all evil. You don't have to love money. You use money. Money is your slave. You are the master because you have a mind. Never love money over people. If you love people, you're going to have great ideas to change the life of people. And where I'm using Apple computer here to work, right? Why? Because someone thought about it. He wanted something that is going to be easy for me to do my presentation. I don't have to do this. He thought about it. Hey, he created it. It make my life easy. Guess what? He sells it for 500,000 naira. I will pay because I need that. You understand? Because it's making my life better because he loved me. He loved himself. He wants to make his life better. So he's creating a tool that will make other people's life better. That's why he's a millionaire. Money always comes after you render a service. After you solve problem. If you're a problem solver, you're never going to lack money. You understand? If let's say, for instance, you have malaria. And I come and give you a pill. I say, oh, this is your malaria. I have this pill that will solve your malaria. But you went everywhere, didn't find any solution. You're so sick. And I come and show you the pill. I say, hey, by the way, if you give me 2,000 naira, I'm going to give it to you. Will you give it to me? Of course you give it to me. Nobody said no to solution. Nobody said no to a solution. Even the devil loves solution. I'm just telling you right now. So you have to be a solution provider. And for that, you have to use your thinking mind and your subconscious mind. Think about the problem and you're going to find the solution. But instead of praying your problem, pray your solution. Say, God, give me an idea to fix this problem in Ebony. God, how can I do this? How can I improve my life with my people, my community? Go to God and pray your solution, not your problem. Because the more you pray your problem, the more you press those problems in your subconscious mind, and the more problem you get. Because you are asking God, I need more problem, and more problem. And that's what is happening in Ebony. You have to change your paradigm. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the perception. You have to love your city. Nothing comes without love. Because God is love. Prosperity is all about love. True love. Not love because I want to date you and be your girlfriend or boyfriend. No. Unconditional love. You understand? You have to develop the spirit of love. The bottom line here is love. You understand? You have to develop the spirit of love by choosing any thought that gives you happiness, that makes you feel happy. You understand? Is it too heavy for you guys? Okay, thank you. So now, when you know about the subconscious mind, and now I assume that you understand how it works, the next thing for you now is to work on your attitude. Your attitude. Attitude is everything. And uniquely yours. And you make it. Your attitude is a composite of thoughts, feeling, and action. It's together. You cannot say, I'm choosing one and leave the other one. To have the right attitude, you have to be careful about what you think about, your thoughts, your feeling, and your action. So the only way you can improve the result in your life is to take the full responsibility of your attitude. You understand? Your attitude is very important. The smallest change or improvement in your attitude will improve every aspect of your life. And will dramatically affect wherever you go. People will feel that you're here. It makes people feel good when you walk into a room. You can tell people in the street that are miserable by the way they walk. The way that they even take care of themselves. The way even their body language can tell you that this person is desperate. He's miserable. And nobody wants that, trust me. Especially those that want money or that want to create value. They don't want that. Because it's a negative vibration. You understand? I told you there's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. So when you love yourself, you feel happy about yourself, your attitude will change. When you have positive thinking, your attitude will change. Because you feel happy, you want to be around people. When someone that has a right attitude walk into a room, you want to be with that person. You want to be with that person because it gives you what they call, it gives you positive energy, make you feel good, it empowers you just by being around those people. That is attitude. It's your choice to choose your attitude, okay? So, then your attitude will dictate your result. I like this quote, and I'm going to read it for James Allen. He said, people are anxious to improve their circumstances, but they are unwilling to improve themselves. Therefore, they remain bound. I say it again. People are anxious to improve their circumstances, but unwilling to improve themselves. They therefore remain bound. You stay in bondage as long as you don't want to improve yourself. Period. It will never change. And there is no such a thing like I'm just like that. In life, there's only two ways. You're either growing or you're dying. There's not, I'm just like that. No. So every day you have to think, how am I growing from where I used to be or from where I am? Think of growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. There's no other way. Okay? So you have to think about that all the time. In life, you have to control the result. Don't let the result control you. What do I mean by result? Whatever is happening in Ebony now is just a fact. It's not the truth. You understand? The truth never changes. The truth never changes. The truth is that you are a creator. The truth is that you have an intellect. The truth is that you are made in God's image. The truth is that you are the head and not the tail. The truth is that you are victorious. That is the truth. Because that's what God said when He was creating you. But the fact is what you see happening now because the result of your thinking. That is not the truth. So you can change the fact, but you cannot change the truth. You understand? So don't let the result, which are facts, condition your life. Because you look at you, oh, I'm here, I don't have a chance. Maybe Aunt Jolly, she's from Canada, she's talking like that because it's not true. It is not true. If I can do it, you can do it too because I was once seated like you in Africa. And I changed my paradigm. I changed my life. I worked to it. I changed the thinking in my mind. And I came back in the same Nigeria. I'm not giving you 5 years from now. I want to be millionaire in this Nigeria that you hate. Just because I changed my mind about Nigeria. I used to hate Nigeria too until I changed my mind. Now I have brilliant idea how I'm going to create. Every problem is an opportunity for you to become a millionaire. The problem are there for you if it bothers you because you are called to fix it. So work about it. Do something about it. You don't need money to start. Any business I did in my life, I never had the money. You'll be shocked. I never had the money. I have the will to do it. I have the will. And the money came. Because miracle happen when opportunity find you ready. Let's say I come here now and say, hey, I want to just invest in Neboli. And I choose, so the business plan that people give me just to give me an idea of what they want right now and how the business is going to be profitable. Because if the business is not a profitable business, it's not a business at all. If you're not making profit, it's not a business. So having a business plan helps you to yourself to see. Is it what I'm thinking about? Is it what I'm seeing in my vision? Is it how I see when I was looking at it in my vision? Because there's one thing about what you see in your vision and what is going to be happening. That's why it has to be very precise. That's why you cannot disconnect from the source saying that, oh, now God gave me an idea. I don't need to pray anymore. It doesn't work like that. You need God every step of the way. Because the vision will evolve. God said, I want to take you from glory to glory. You know the present glory, you don't know what the next glory look like. That's why you need God. So your business plan is a dynamic document. When things change for you, sometimes in your business plan, people tell me I'm going to do this in 10 years. I told you this morning that when I knew that I was doing the wrong thing is when I was thinking I'm too smart. Because my first company, I did it, I studied, okay? I went to school. So I did my first company myself. I needed money because I was a strategist. I was able to sell shares of my company for people to give me the money to do my business. So the money I needed, I was able to sell shares of a company that's not even created to people that believe because they saw the business plan. You understand what I'm talking? Very important. Listen to this example. He taught me. You understand what I'm saying? So I raised the money that I wanted. At the time, I wanted about 500,000 euro. I got the money. People bought share in my company. But I wasn't knowing. I was going to church like everybody else. But I thought that God and business don't do. Nobody told me that God is a businessman. I was in those old Catholic belief that, God don't like money. Money is bad. If you want to do money, you have to leave God alone. Just go to church and be poor. Right? But because I was not taught what I'm teaching you today, I was in the wrong vibration. I was intelligent. I had the knowledge. I built a business plan. I got people to invest in my company. I gave them shares in my company. I was doing great. As a matter of fact, the first time I got I was one of the best business plan at the time. It was in 1990, 92 or something. One of my mentor gave me 40,000 euro. It was Hermes. Hermes is one of the biggest fashion brand. If you know, it was a founder of Hermes that really loved my project and gave me 40,000 euro. Another company gave me money. I had the money I needed to do the plan. I went to see my bank and I needed some letter of credit because we're doing import and export from the US. So I needed a letter of credit because every 2 months I need to ship 40-foot container in Europe because the problem in Europe, people didn't have the right product to do their hair. So I just went to Chicago. I'm telling you, I did amazing things. God was with me. Just to cut it short so you understand the point here. I made all that. I made the money. So I remember one day my accountant just told me that, hey, do you know that your company make over 1 million euro? I said, really? I was busy making the money. I wasn't even counting the money because I was excited to make the money. And the people that are in my company, I didn't know they have to consult God to even choose partner. You understand? So the same partner that got in my company, that were broke, jobless, that I called them and say, hey guys, I know, I was working for the consulting firm. But I was working for the consulting firm Monday to Friday, and weekend, in my house, we were having business. I was building the business. But because I was busy with the consulting firm, I was traveling, I didn't have time, but I know how to do it. I got my friend to work with me. But me, I was not there. I was the leader of the vision, but I was never there. Guess what? They organized to kill me. And it's true what I'm telling you. So one day I came in the company, I went to Atlanta to negotiate one big contract. When I came back, I was so excited I got a contract. So one of my partners came to pick me at the airport. At the time, I was pregnant, 8 months pregnant. This is me traveling across the U.S. to sign contract. And I came back, she came to pick me with a very beautiful car. I'm like, you are my logistic director, but how come you have a new car all of a sudden? We've been in business over 3 years. So she said, no, because I was paying her very good money, So she told me, I just got myself this on lease or under the company. I was like, okay, cool. Not knowing that these people has already matched me up, because when I was traveling, I did one mistake. I showed them how to make cash. So, because Chinese people, when they buy from you, we're doing retail, right? The first order, they pay cash with invoice. The second order, they will pay with invoice. But come to the third order, they will tell you, no, we want to increase the quantity, but we don't want invoice. You want you just to give us a pro forma invoice, because they don't want to declare everything because of tax purpose, right? But because I have those knowledge, because I know how it works, I show them how to go and do that deal and take the cash. So for a lot of them, it was the first time to have 50,000 euro cash in their hand. So when I came back, I didn't even see that money. The money was gone. And they organized themselves to kill the company. Just to cut the story short, I lost that company. It was making billion euro. I lost it because I wasn't with God. But prior to that loss, one of the prophets my pastor were praying together. He told me, Charlie, God loves you so much, but you need to serve God. There's no one single church that I step into and they don't call me and say, you come. You have to serve God. I can tell you there's no one single church. I was running away from God. I'm like, no, that's not for me. No. I don't want to be, doing church things and so on. When he told that pastor, he came to my store, so one of my store, I was doing good. I was known. Sometimes I don't want to go to the supermarket because people just recognize me. I was like, oh my God, is that you? Sometimes it was not even embarrassing. Because I wasn't doing that for fame. I was just talented and passionate. So one day, the pastor told me, Charlie, because I had another passion I had, I found that I'm taking care of a lot of artists, celebrities. They come to my store, like top people. And I'm like, these people all ask me, Charlie, what's your secret? You're successful, you always dress nice, you have nice job, you have beautiful kid and beautiful husband. What's your secret? I said, my secret is Jesus. They say, really? Ha, let me laugh. You tell me you don't have that kind of thing that people pay so that you can have clients. Because to tell you my business, people used to queue and wait when the store is open. When I open, it's just running. Sometimes I work from 9 to 5 a.m. I'm in the store, doing people's hair. And I'm not a hairstylist. From Monday to Friday, I am in the consulting business. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, after church, I'm in my salon, doing people's hair. My staff who work from Monday to Friday, they make $2,000. If I work 2 days, I make $7,000 or $5,000 because my calendar is booked. I didn't know what to do with clients. Just to tell you, it was successful business, but it wasn't from God. That wasn't the way God wanted me to do it. So when the pastor told me that, Charlie, I know that my wife loves to come here. You're doing amazing work. All the people that lost their hair, God gave me that gift to restore people that lose their hair. So if you don't have hair, you come to my store, I touch your hair will grow. So I had a lot of people that came from everywhere with hair issue, and I was fixing their hair. Sometimes I finish the hair, Can you imagine you finish someone's hair? I wasn't cheap because my salon was very expensive salon. When they finish, they even give me a cheap double of what they pay for their hair. That's the kind of things that were happening in that place. So I thought that, I'm blessed. It's okay. It's cool. I started training people to show them what I'm doing. So that pastor, when he came, he said to me, Charlie, you have like a prayer team coming in that store every Monday afternoon. I was, all my clients were celebrities. I called them. I said, you know what? Let's go. Let's pray. Let's pray. I was praying with these people, my pastor. I told my pastor to come to help me to pray for these people. Even my mom, that's a Muslim, because I'm not born in the Christian family. I became the first born again in my family. So I started bringing more people in my family to God. So even my mom was coming. We were praying. Things were happening there. But one day that pastor told me, Charlie, you know what? This business is going to shut down. You're going to lose everything. I'm so sad to tell you that because God wants you to serve Him. He's saying that the kingdom first. I was like, hell no, what's that one again? The kingdom first, what does that mean? I didn't know what it means. So just to cut the story short, eventually I lost that business. It was hard. It was shocking. But just to tell you, in less than 2 years, when I started over again knowing God, I made the amount of money I was trying to make in 10 years, in less than 2 years. I start all over in my life at least 5 times. Because whenever God called me to go, I just go. Now He's telling me to come to Nigeria. I just invested so much money with New Institute in Canada. Dr. Kalu can tell you. But when God told me that it's Nigeria now, I went back and shut down everything, no matter how much I spent there. I told them, I'm shutting down the place. God wants me to Nigeria. Because I'm not scared anymore if I'm going to lose something or not. Because it's in you. You have it. You can do it over and over and over. The next level doesn't look like what you think in your mind. God knows what is the next level. But one thing is sure, you're going to get to that vision. Because my vision is to create the first hair salon that I can franchise. Because today at this area, there is not even one single hair salon owned by black people, African descent, that is franchised. We don't franchise business. We do local all our life. We don't think global. And my thing was to take my business to the stock market because God exposed me to the stock market for a reason. So I knew I want to do that. That's my biggest goal in that industry. I knew I was going to do that, but I don't know how. So now, being in Nigeria, God is telling me now you're here, but you're going to train people here. When Canada will open up and America will open up, you're going to export them there to franchise with them, your people. And He sent me to Nigeria. You understand? This is deep what I'm telling you people. You have to know that you are God's favorite child. And He will use you if you make yourself available for God to use you. One thing I quote all the time, I tell people when I start my seminar, especially with those that think they know too much, the first thing I tell them, have a mind open to everything and attached to nothing. When you are attached to paradigm, to habit, to culture, to things that you know, you're telling God you don't need to use me because my ego is too big. I'm edging you out. I know more than you. So when you think that way, you're not going to make it. Because you hold on to what you know that is good for you. But it's not what God said is good for you. You have to be at the feet of the Master every day to say, Master, what is next? What is next? And then when He's telling you to go to next, you just have to obey. You understand me? So that was just to tell you one of my life examples. I have tons of them. But I didn't know that God was shaping me, was breaking me for a purpose for such a time like this. I didn't know. And I'm still in the journey with God. I don't know where it ends and where it goes. I just have to follow. Because one thing you don't want to do is to die with your music still in you. Is to die with your music still in you. Meaning that to die without fulfilling the will of God on earth. That is the biggest mistake that one can make. But if you don't want to be part of those people, you have to open up to God to use you. Okay? So that is why I wanted to just do that parenthesis so you understand certain things. So the dream or the goal has to be your own. You don't have to copy people's things. Go to God. He will give you yours. Don't see because this person is selling shoes, is working for her, the next thing you go and buy shoes and they sell. It's not for you to sell shoes. Why are you doing that? The only competition you have is with yourself, with your ignorance. So you have to be careful about copying things that belong to you. Go to God. He will tell you because we all have it. Because if it's not your picture, it should not be your goal. If you have not seen that in the vision, it's not your goal. We are all put in this planet to explore a unique purpose, and through that exploration and discovery, interact with others to achieve the greatest good. I say interacting with others. One can chase 1,000, two can chase. You have to use partnership. That's one of the secrets of God. God like partnership. He's a God of partnership. Don't do it alone. Find somebody that you can just want to go big, go with other people. Stop being afraid of people. But in my case, I didn't know God, but you guys know God. I didn't have a relationship with God. You have a relationship with God. I didn't have a great mentor. You have a great mentor. I was not exposed to this kind of knowledge. You have it. So you don't have any excuse. You understand? So, another thing you have to know, it is not your goal. If it's not your goal, you are not going to be passionate about it. It takes passion. You know Thomas Edison, he failed more than 2,000 times. You know who's Thomas Edison? Do you know him? Okay. The guy that created the light bulb. He failed 2,000 times to create that light bulb. One day a journalist asking, how does it feel to fail 2,000 times what you were trying to do? He said, I never fail. So for him, he invented the light bulb. It just happened to be 2,000 step process. That was his answer. He said, I never fail. I created the light bulb. It was 2,000 step process. So you see that as a failure. He saw that as steps. Those 2,000 times that it never worked, he saw them as steps. So the failure is in your mind. It's not because you didn't work this time that it's never going to work. If it doesn't work the way you have in your mind, because your vision was not maybe clearly expressed in writing, go back and check again and try until it fits the picture that you have in your mind. Am I communicating? So the next thing, never try to achieve too many goals at once. We have it a lot here. I see that every day. I can do this, I can do that. I told you to write 101 goals. That doesn't mean that you have to do all that at once. You understand? The goals are in stages. You have to prioritize them. You have to put them in order and see which one comes first. And how do you know the one that comes first? Is the one that you can do with what you have. Because God cannot bless you what He didn't give you. What can I do now with what I have now in my condition now? Among those 100 goals, start by that one. I told you yesterday before I came here, I didn't wake up and I find myself in Ebony. I was in Abuja. I have to get up, I have to get ready, go to the airport. There was from my house to the airport, from the airport to airport. It was steps in my goal, in my journey to get here. There are many steps. Goals are steps. You understand? So you don't have to do everything at once. Because the conscious mind, there's a reason to that. I told you about picture in the conscious mind yesterday. The conscious mind cannot process only one image at a time. You understand? So when you give him two images, he gets confused. That's why you have to be careful. To be effective, your conscious mind can only focus on one idea, one image at a time. When you attempt to bring a second picture onto your conscious mental screen, you have confusion. And that's why people sometimes give up. So when you are dreaming big and risking big, because a dream is a risk. I told you how much money I lost in the way, a lot of money. Because goal achiever are risk taker. If you are afraid of taking risks, you can never do anything. They are risk taker. But you have to measure your risk, okay? So if you are dreaming big and risking big, bringing that single goal into existence take persistent effort. There's a key in persistency. You have to be persistent, okay? So you have to be committed. You have to believe that you can do it. You have to be consistent in the right mind thinking. Consistent in the right mind thinking. You understand? It's very important. So, if you have questions, I can go back to that and give more explanation. Because of time, I just have to continue. Your goal should be something you want, not something that you need. I say it again. Your goal should be something that you want. There's a difference between want and need. Not what you need, but what you want. You know why? Because your goal doesn't have to be logical. It might sound crazy, like what the pastor is saying now. He wants to transform Ebony. Some might sit down and say, this man, is it this white man? How is he going to do that? Because it's not up to him. I told you yesterday, once you've done what you know to do, relax, let go, and let God. Once it's in your subconscious mind, it's not for you to worry about that. As a matter of fact, worrying will delay the process. Because you start having vibration. You start throwing out vibration that will bring those things to come to pass. You understand? And while you're waiting, you have to get ready. So you cannot talk about big capacity without starting to think, oh, if I get 1,000 people to come to my conference, where am I going to put them? He's thinking about how to put them. He has to get ready for what he's expecting. The problem is that sometimes we're not ready. And we're waiting on God, whether God is waiting on you. Because you want 1,000 people, you haven't even start thinking how you're going to accommodate them. Like the young guy this morning, when I do that business, he doesn't even know how much you need. How can I help you if you don't even know what you need? You understand? It's very important. You have to really be serious about it. One of the writers that I really love, called Zig Ziglar, pointed out, he said the goal that is casually set and lightly taken is freely abandoned at the first obstacle. You understand? Any goal that is casually set, like what the guy said this morning, is casually set. He didn't think about it. That's what we call casually set. And lightly taken. He didn't take it seriously. Because that goal, you see the pastor here is taking it seriously. He went out of his way to invite us, to take the risk even to call me and say, can you come? Because I don't go to an event like that. To speak to an event like that, you have to pay me a minimum of $10,000. But he took that risk to invite me because the Spirit pushed him to do that. He didn't even think of money because the God told him so, and I was receptive for his vibration. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be bold. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't know that I was going to say yes. Dr. Carlo is super busy. As a matter of fact, we just came back from Cameroon. And next Wednesday, I'm not sure if I'm coming because I might be going to Congo. People are calling me and paying me for what I have to do. It's for $1 billion. But now I'm here because it's the will of God. You understand? So, you have to be careful. Don't take any goal, any vision that God is giving you lightly. You have to be serious about it. And the last thing that I'm going to close on this, because I thought there's a lot of things to do. I'm just praying that we have time to come back because you need to learn a lot. So the last thing I'm going to touch on, because my time is running, is to have the heart of patience. Patience. That will kill a lot of business owners. They don't have patience. They dream about something this night, or someone give them a prophecy today. They want that prophecy to come to pass tomorrow. I told you yesterday that you cannot force the will of God. Any force negates. Any force negates because you are trying to do it your own, yourself. I did it when I started the business. I was forcing things, trying to make it happen, push it to happen. But guess what? I made $1 million, but I lost it all. You understand? Force negates. You have to be patient. Apply discipline to your thoughts. Apply discipline to your thoughts when they become anxious over the outcome of the goal. When you start having anxious thoughts, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to make it, I don't have the money, this government is bad, I'm telling you, apply discipline. I told you yesterday that you have a choice to select the thought that you want to think. So any negative thought that comes when you are in the course of achieving your goal, cast it out. anything, even your friend, your mom, comes and say, oh, this is your project, you're never going to do it, because a member of our family are the dream killers. Your best friend are the dream killer, because they've never been where you're trying to go. How you want them to explain to you what you have to do when they never done that? It's as if you are a giraffe for your family and you're speaking to the turtle. The turtle, they can really see on the floor. You are a giraffe, you eat on the top of the tree, you're trying to have conversation with them. Of course they cannot hear you. They don't even know what you're talking about. So why are you listening to people that don't even see the vision that you're seeing? Those are the dream killer. You have to just believe in God and listen to the vision, listen to your spirit in you that is talking to you. You have to have time with God. You have to meditate. And when you pray, you have to believe that you have received it, and then you should have it. The problem with us is that we pray and we don't believe it. We keep going back praying for the same thing. He has really given you the idea, but you're too scared of the idea, then you want the next one. That is what we do all the time. And we say the goal doesn't work. It doesn't work because when you plan to fail, when you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. When you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Very important. You have to know that. Impatience brings anxiety, discouragement, and failure. Whenever you are impatient, it brings anxiety. Anxiety, I told you yesterday, it was a negative vibration. Do not apply any negative vibration in any goal or dream or vision. Don't do that. It's a crippling mechanism. Don't do that. He's going to create only failure. Write in present tense. This is powerful, people. In present tense. Not in I'm going to be. Or I will be. Or if God, Christians love to do this, it annoys me a lot. If God permit, He already giving you. Why does if God permit? Just say I am. In the present tense. Just claim it, because the subconscious mind don't think. The subconscious mind is an emotional mind. He works with emotion. It's a spiritual mind. And that's the mind that is a powerhouse. The conscious mind don't do it. He think about it. But the subconscious mind executes it. Don't be too intellectual about things of God. Don't be too intellectual. You have to let go and let God. You have to work on you to receive the blessing. Sometimes your blessing is taking time because you're not ready yourself for it. You see how a lot of bitterness, a lot of resentment, a lot of things in your heart that is blocking the spirit to flow. Work on those things. Stop thinking that your grandma want to kill you. If she wanted to kill you, you wouldn't have that age. They should have killed you a long time. They God permitted her to kill you. Stop having those negative thoughts that are crippling you and making you going, your life as a miserable person, whereas God's called you a king. He called you can do it. He called you a leader. But you are listening to somebody that told you this thing happened. Why are you entertaining those thoughts? Because you think about those things, what happened, you are giving a vibration that is going to be synchronized with those evil spirits. That's why whatever they do happen to you. Because you are in alignment with what they are trying to do with you by your vibration. Is that clear? I'm not communicating here. Your problem is you. It's nobody but you. God gave you that will. He gave you that free will. He gave you the ability to think. Use it. Okay? So build your image. As you already, and when you build your image, do as if you are already in possession of the good that you desire. Do as if, because I told you about imagination this morning. Imagine it. Talk in the present tense and act as if you are already there. Because if you accept that in the spirit and believe who you are in the spirit, it's just a matter of time for that to manifest on earth. Because the law of vibration is followed by the law of attraction. But imagine you kept changing your vibration, kept changing, and then the attraction is not coming, and you worry what's happening because you are not consistent with the way you think. Today you say you are going to be this, tomorrow you have already changed your mind. When someone challenges you, say, I was just joking. The subconscious mind don't have a sense of humor. He doesn't know if you are joking or not. What you tell him, he executes. They are your angels. They are ready to go. And you have the positive and the negative angels working together. So who are you calling? Fear or faith? Who are you calling? God or the devil's spirit? Who are you calling? Be careful what you think. Once you chose your image, once you make your plan, and once you start having the right vibration, all you have to do is to breathe life into that goal. Pray. Believe. Start acting as if. By doing so, you're breathing life. Change your environment. Hang around with people that empowers you, not people that cripples you. If you are in the room, I told you yesterday, you are the most smartest person in that room. You have outgrown that room. Change the room. Check your phone. Who do we talk to every day? If those people are doing nothing, change them. They're not going to lead you to what God is calling you to do. They will discourage you because they can't see what you see. You are a giraffe. You are an eagle. You cannot hang around with chicken. You have to change your environment. You understand me? Very important. That's what we call breathing life into your goal. And the last thing, you have to get emotional and involved with it. Because the subconscious mind is an emotional mind. You have to get emotional. That's why passion is very important. Because when you're passionate, you are emotional. I can see your pastor. Literally, it was near to cry. He was so emotional about this vision. He was so excited about it. That's what we call inspiration in spirit, in God. He's inviting God in the meeting when he does this. It will surely come to pass because he believes it. He's taking action. He's prophesying over his own life and over your life because he believes in it. He's passionate about it. That's how you do for your goal to come to pass. Thank you very much.
We believe you've been transformed by the wonders of God's Word. For additional information about us, you can visit our website at www.princetonhills.org. You can also send us a mail at info@princetonhills.org or call
070-331-66762 or 081-31-555-747.
Princeton Hills Ministries, raising global leaders.